I think it's pretty clear that the media's concern isn't America's safety, but obviously they're trying to get their worldview out there, that Trump's America is a bunch of angry, racist, white men with tiki torches. Doing pretty well if this is Trump's racist America.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's like, well, why are you covering this? I thought all of America was a 20 or 30 at this meetup. Question of the day, why do you think the media is so dead set on vilifying straight white males and downplaying the real dangers of ugly ideologies? Now, we can document, and we will in this segment, that it's happening. We can posit theories, but why do you think it's the case? Comment below. I want to hear from you. Of course, this ties into the Unite the Right rally, even though I don't think any of us got the memo.
Poorly
more of a meetup.
organized.
Yeah, it's more of a really poorly organized meetup. So about 20 or 30 white supremacists who met up, marched this weekend, along with hundreds of cops, hundreds of members of the media, and thousands of Antifa members, of course, who were threatening to beat up said cops and the media. And I have my Google Home set up to read liberal sources first in the morning, so my news always comes from the left first. And you would have not known that this was a very tiny rally at first, because it kept referencing Charlottesville, what happened terrible, obviously, last year, and no reference of Antifa whatsoever. So, of course, also, by the way, no reference to this girl.
Oh, Mueller is coming. Not if they f***ing off him. Not if they have the Russians,
Are you winded from protesting? And you're not even counter-protesting. You're basically just standing. Yeah. And it continues.
If this motherfucker declares martial law like he wants, there is no voting in November. There is no motherfucking election.
I love how she just adds mother effing. She's like, that's going to make sure they know that I'm impassioned.
Yeah, that's the serious.
She also sounds Canadian, by the way. To be fair, she did think that she was talking to Rocky in movie 3.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
It's always good. It's always a good clip. It's always inspirational.
Hilarious. She's getting winded with a megaphone.
Yeah,
the whole point of the megaphone is
the purpose of the megaphone.
I don't understand.
Like someone getting tired with a pedal assist bike.
Yeah.
She could use some new clothes, though. She should declare Marshall's law.
By the way, she goes on to say this.
Government come in and give him some of that poison.
Same poison, by the way, the government gave her last 3 Tinder dates who stopped calling for some reason. Just kidding. She never been on a date with a man.
I think her poison is corn syrup.
Aww.
I don't. No, that's not mean. That's not. That's not. I'm not.
It's probably accurate, but it is mean.
Dude, I have an extra 20 pounds of syrup on me right now. I live the dream. I get it.
Nice save. They're like, I applied it to a clearly mentally retarded woman, but now if I use it against myself,
exactly
it's
right.
okay.
No, she was doing a scene from King Lear. She was
Awesome.
So to answer, by the way, my previous question, I think it's pretty clear that the media's concern isn't America's safety, but obviously they're trying to get their worldview out there, that Trump's America is a bunch of angry, racist, white men with tiki torches versus a peaceful coalition of immigrants, Muslims, extremists, and gender queer transsexuals. But by the way, doing pretty well if this is Trump's racist America.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's like, well, why are you covering this? I thought all of America was a 20 or 30 at this meetup. Yeah. That's what we were told initially. Here's something you can tell by 3 things they do, the media, as far as their agenda. So number one is they always emphasize whenever they can find white supremacist violence. And this is more than whataboutism. So the Unite the Right rally, of course, received massive coverage, despite having an attendance. It's comparable to a ninth grade birthday party.
I've had wine tastings that are bigger than that.
Yes, exactly.
It was like orca watching, and there was the same amount of orcas.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Like literally, it's like, and there's the orcas, and
Like, where the hell are the
I don't even
people?
think they're white supremacists. They're just dudes who like need attention. Like
They
if
were
you
bored. They didn't have anything to do. There was a march.
if you need attention and you want to feel like a precious boy, you become a white supremacist and be like, all the Antifa are looking at me, Brian.
Or a member of the Westboro Baptist Church, and you send out some press releases.
Good point.
There's about 14 members. 2 of them have flippers because they're all doing it with their sisters, and they get how often do we hear about the Westboro Baptist?
Way too often.
No one cares. As though they're representative. You know why? Because they have the word Baptist in their name. So, by the way, again, still, if this is Trump's racist America, 2 doesn't turn out, that's a really good sign for everybody out
in the right
there.
direction.
And another thing they do, of course, is they scrub stories that expose dangers of radical Islam. So, while, of course, the journalists were covering this tiny rally, there was a bombshell story of a New Mexico Islamist. He was training children to commit school shootings. You read this story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. And nobody, I saw it on Twitter and almost nowhere else.
And it wouldn't say Muslim. It was like Harak Nabi Mohammed Dubois was just a random guy.
/ Anderson.
Yeah. No, they're training school shooters, but no, the fact that I own a rifle is the problem because David Hogg is on rollerblades and he's sad.
Well, by the way, he's 18 now, so you can say whatever you want.
I did when he was 17. I brought it. You want to bring it to me? I'll bring it to you.
You're right, though. Actually, we checked back on the initial stories from these news sources. They completely omitted references to Islam. or the compound's ties, like you said.
Yeah.
With this. And by the way, same thing if you compare the Toronto shooting from my home country, of course. CNN, they kept hammering the banning of handguns was something they were talking about a lot. The mental health issues, of course, get trotted back out. Didn't know that he was a Muslim shooter who visited ISIS websites prior to the attack. And ISIS, by the way, claimed responsibility for the shooting.
That should have been a tip-off.
Like, it was not the white men. It was not the white men. It was us. We real bad. Hashtag bad dudes.
Can you go and get out of the way for a second? I think there are 30 people at a march on Washington getting yelled at.
We got some real news to publish.
Through a megaphone.
It was just female lesbian train spotting, just screaming and panting.
What's happening?
Oh, there you go.
Look at Hopper.
That would be the most popular portion of today's
shot.
program.
Yep.
Still responsible for 92% of all terror-related deaths, by the way. Islam, in case you're wondering, this comes from Cato. Compare that, by the way, to the deaths at the hands of white supremacists. It's not even close.
No.
And the Charlottesville guy was just a random schizophrenic dude who just freaked out.
They never talk about the Charlottesville guy or the Vegas shooter. Do you notice that?
Well, yeah, because it was the same with that shooting at that newspaper. Remember, they were like, Milo Yiannopoulos motivated someone on the right, and that turns out it was just some like dude who like hated a girl, and then no one talked about it again.
Yeah,
it was just like once they realize it isn't the narrative they want, it's just gone. Remember YouTube? Gone. They're like, oh, it's a weird vegan lady who likes pandas.
Yeah,
and they're like nothing. Then they're like, but can we talk again about the schizophrenic with the car?
Yes,
because that's all they got. Because NRA members don't shoot up places. They're
no. Well, that was the one guy we had here. He did our show first. Was Stephen Wilford, Sutherland Springs. That's was more deadly than Parkland, and no one ever actually talked about it. No one wants to talk about it at all because the guy was an NRA instructor who stopped a bad guy with an AR-15. So another thing they do, number 3, you see from the media a lot, is they de-emphasize left-wing violence as a protest. So a good example of this event here, we're talking about the Unite the Right rally. Now, you could white supremacists. I think we're all on board. Bad.
Yeah,
certainly, if you hit someone with a Dodge Charger, that's terrible.
Very bad.
But
it's a buzzkill.
Let's look at Antifa, the left-wing protesters there who repeatedly said they would kill Trump if given the chance. They beat police officers, they damaged equipment, and they attacked journalists. It's caught on tape. Yeah, here's the worst part about this is how does CNN frame the Antifa story? Look at this clip from the CNN anchor.
Right now, voices spouting hate and racism are mixing with voices spouting justice and equality. And so far, thankfully, it is just words that are clashing.
Way to throw your on-the-field reporters under the bus. Can you imagine that? Like, all right, we're going to send you out into the field here for the Unite the Right rally. Okay.
Exactly.
But if I get dragged out and beaten up and acid attacked, like you're going to cover it, you're going to avenge me, right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
They're like, we'll change your name to Hitler. It'll
yeah, exactly. We'll change your name to Hitler.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. The network will be covered. What about me? I think we're missing each other here.
they're fighting evil.
Now, here's what it's not just the whataboutism, and we always get frustrated with this when they do it with Hillary Clinton. And okay, let me kind of paint the big picture here for you. What really scares me, these people, CNN, these same people who are doing the same kind of coverage on a regular basis, they're in charge of determining what is fake news or real news. These completely biased media titans are the ones partnering with social media giants to promote real news and silence alternative media. That's what's so scary to me. People who see the Alex Jones situation, whether you agree with him or not.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people saying that corporations they're just becoming extensions of the government, and they're effectively the ones doing the censoring. And I've seen this quite a bit. As a matter of fact, I think what's his name from the Young Turks was on Joe Rogan.
Something?
No, it was on Joe Rogan. He's left, I think. Is it Jimmy Dore?
Jimmy Dore.
Yeah, like the decent one.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dore. Yeah.
Jimmy Dore. He was talking about how they're kind of this extension, the corporations of the government. I'm going, okay, hold on a second. Think about this. If that's true, Donald Trump was an Alex Jones fan. Silicon Valley, he ain't going to mean all that much to them, right? No love lost for Donald Trump. So if you believe that corporations are an extension of government, and again, these people, there could not have been a deplatforming. Wherever you line up of Alex Jones, of iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, right? All at once without some kind of collusion. And that's the thing. There's this little kernel where people talk about Illuminati meetings, these crazy conspiracies, and everyone goes, oh, those people are crazy. But then when you see that, hold on, this guy was removed from every single major platform within 12 hours of each other, all of them, of course there has to be collusion, and now there's justification for the paranoia, and you make conspiracy theorists more popular than ever.
Same thing happened to me when I was banned for life off Twitter. I got banned that same day off YouTube, and I realized why it is too, and why they do it to Jones, because a lot of times they don't link what they're saying. They just say something. They're like, he's full of hate and bigotry, and he attacked a unicorn, but they don't show you because, and then they want to take away your video so that you can't defend yourself.
Well, that being said, in Alex Jones' case, he did say a lot of the stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about myself.
Yeah, but this happened too. Same thing with Crowder Confronts. Fronts video in Austin. They did a whole play-by-play of the video, but they never actually show you the video. And that's a sign that I think everyone should be looking for, whether you're right or left, is transparency. If you consistently tune into a media outlet who says for someone else what they can say for themselves, that's why we let Pinta Nina Santa Maria Cortez make her own arguments. We run her own clips and then address them because we want you to see what they have to say. But there is no doubt that if you look at these social media titans, Mark Zuckerberg, did you ever watch those hearings?
Yeah.
Of course the guy's going to do the government's bidding at that point when he's sitting before them.
He can't even drink water.
No, he can't even drink water correctly.
He was literally like, human beings put water to lips, right?
Yeah, Doran and Joe Rogan were talking about that. But it's concerning. But let me make something even scarier for you. I do agree. I do agree that actually these corporations are acting as effectively a wing of the government at this point, and they're going to be doing the censoring for them. But let's take it and change it where the mainstream media, social media giants, and the White House and the administration were to completely align.
Oh, gosh.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Think of all of this deplatforming that's going on, okay? What we're seeing, you're seeing with Alex Jones, and you've seen it obviously with other conservatives. You've talked about that, Owen. We've talked about what's happened with us, with Facebook.
Yeah.
How scary would a world be if this were happening right now under a Hillary Clinton administration? The point is, they're going out doing the government's bidding. Does anyone believe that Facebook, Twitter, YouTube is doing Donald Trump's bidding? Not exactly, but when you look at people who are working at these giant social media companies, or you talk about Netflix as well, people who were actually in the Obama administration, or people who were actually advisors to the Clintons, now take the Clintons or take the Obamas and put them in the White House. Make them in charge. Hey there, YouTube viewer. If you like this video, you first off should probably seek counseling, but you should subscribe or hit the notification bell or watch one of these videos that's playing. The truth is, I don't know what any of that means anymore. If you try and subscribe or hit the notification bell, you won't be notified. And if you try and click one of these videos, it's just going to take you to BuzzFeed Boldly Fat Broads as they get carried out of their houses where they had to break down the north wall and they get carried out in a land whale tarp. I don't know what's happening on YouTube. I know what's happening with Mug Club, louderwithcrowder.com/Mug Club. You get to watch the daily show 1 hour every single day, not just clips, along with like 15 other shows for $69 annually if you're a student or veteran or military, and you get to keep us here on YouTube for free because we can irritate them by your support. It's worth it, right?